Range Rover L405 tailgate rear wash wipe is the subject of our video today. We are going to show you how to improve / fix your wiper arm if it's not wiping very well. We'll have a look at changing the wiper blade, shall we, Tyler? Why not? And then we're going to remove this and show you if your wiper's packed up altogether, how to replace it. It's not that bad. We've already done a video with the spoiler removal, and I'll put the link, boom, there, somewhere up there. Right, let's get on. So you can see the first problem we got with this is that this tailgate we bought for another project we're doing, but we thought we'd play with it while we had it, and it's easier to film than on the car. So it should spring back. There's a spring on the underside of the arm. So if yours is reluctant to sort of spring back fully, you can, first thing that is give a bit of lubrication on that joint there. It doesn't come back very far, there's a stop there, but it should. There you go. So that's first thing to do. Right, let's warp that wiper arm off. So you're going to need a 13mm socket for this. I'll give that to you, Tyler. He's run off with it.
So if you want to change your wiper arm, do you have to take your spoiler off?
You may better get up underneath the thing. Now, there is a mode for changing the... We'll do it. We did it on the Evoque, and I think it works on the L405. We'll go over to the car now, and we'll try it. But basically, you do some tricky thing where you put the indicator on, and it puts the wiper arm, rear wiper arm, into a park mode. We'll show that next. Right, when you get to your car, you have to start your car. Don't put your foot on the brake. Start it. Just turn the ignition on. Then you've got to turn it off again. Then within a few seconds, hold the wiper stalk down, press this, and you'll notice the front wipers go into the blade change position and the rear wipers go into the blade change position. This is the same on the Range Rover L405, the Range Rover Evoque, the Range Rover Sport, and probably some more. Right, to change the blade after you've got it in the secret park position, you've got to push that little plastic clip. Can you see that, Tyler? Yep, yep. You push that down away from you just to release the pin, and then you wiggle it up. You're going to have to wiggle it a little bit, but just up enough, and it just fits out through that gap there. Okay, and careful you don't put it onto the glass there, or if you do, do it super gently. So the blade, when you get the arm, it's that way round. You just come up to it, put your new one in underneath, and you can see the little hole in the, you can see there, and then the little clip. That little clip there has got a little pin in it, you probably can't see it, and then that will go in there, that will locate it, and you may have to hold that bottom clip out the way a bit. There you go, and then check that's in, and then if you just turn your ignition on and off again, the blade will park itself back up. Right, back to, we're going to take this arm off, so 13mm socket, just hold the arm as you do it. Now these are on a bit of a taper, so sometimes they come off real easy and sometimes they're an absolute pain. But the best way to do it is sort of crank the arm out a bit and just sort of give it a, you want to sort of give it a backwards and forwards. You can get, if you get really stuck, you can get a puller to pull them off. But you can see there it's on a, it's conical in shape, so there's a taper on it, and it's also splined. And you just make your own spline as you tighten it up. That spline just gives it grip. There's not actually a corresponding spline on here that it needs to mate with. It just sort of mashes into each other. So there we go, there's the arm. Let's get on with the more complicated bit. So you will need a Torx T30 screwdriver next. And you've got to undo these 6 screws to remove this plastic cover here. There you go, Tyler, you can grab that one. They're sort of self-tappery things, aren't they? They're not proper engineering threads. I think these are all the same. 2. Oh, he's throwing them around. Stealing my socket set. Dropping my tools. You did a lovely job colouring in though, Tyler.
Quite fun.
Yes, obviously your screws and nuts are not going to be orange. Oh, they might be tighter. Yeah, they were tighter. I did need a socket set actually to get. So that's Torx T30. Oh, look at that. There's me cussing you, Tyler. Butterfingers. Right. So if you remove that, that's just a little plastic tray. It's got a little neoprene seal around there. And then we're on to, there's 3 10mm bolts. Just whoop those off. And you'll note the tailgate is all plastic. It's this sort of plastic, almost composite feeling material. So everything's going into it. That's why we haven't got any. There we go. You've got a little connector here. You've got to push the little bit on the top there. Squeeze him in. Pull that out. There's your connector. And that is your, yeah, they seem to be sort of, oh no, some of them retain, some of them don't. Oh. I don't know why that one's decided to retain itself. But there you go, that's the, we've got a part number on here. We've got a value. There you go, that's the engineering part number. So that's your rear wiper. Now notice it's not like on the older L322 Range Rovers where the washer would come through the middle of the wiper. The washer, I think, is built into the spoiler. So the wiper is separate totally from the washer. Right, hope that helps you.